Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. We're talking to Cancers. Hello, Cancer. Welcome in. Let's get to your message. Thank you to all who have liked, shared, subscribed, and donated to this channel. It's really helped it to grow. Thank you so much. Remember, not everything will resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And I hope that you find that tarot helps you with your life to examine it more, take a look at your decisions, take a look at future decisions, maybe look at patterns. It's certainly helped me. I hope you find tarot does the same for you. Let's get into it, Cancer. First message, on the floor. The Three of Swords, okay. But it's in the reverse, so we like to see that. So this is saying there's some healing going on here. Hope everyone's doing well. King of Cups joins us. Six of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Yeah, I always see Cancers as the King of Cups. Grounded, you know, they wear their heart on their sleeve. They're in tune with their emotions. They're just really delightful to be around. You know, they're warm and they're nurturing and they're in your corner and they're protective. And they're willing to just help out in any way. I just love Cancers. But I think you're also saying, hey, don't forget, I'm really sharp. I mean, you know, don't mistake my sweetness for weakness here. You are a big giver. I see that. You give more than your share. And you're waiting for that to turn around. Like you're looking for some sort of reciprocation here, either from somebody or a situation, or I'm also getting from the universe. Like, I've been there for others, and I know my time is coming, or my time is here. I do see you're kind of waiting for that, but there's an expectation there, or a feeling of it's right around the corner, something like that. Yeah, okay. Now the cards start popping. Okay, so got the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Wands. Yeah, you'd really like to have a family, some sort of celebration. Maybe you'd like to get married. I do see that here. A proposal, a pairing, something to celebrate. In other words, it'll mean different things to different people. A lot of celebration here. And the support that you give others that you now receive in some sort of celebratory way. But there is some sort of worry here. King of Pentacles and Two of Wands also out here. There's some sort of worry about when this will come in, if this will come in, how this will come in. I'm also hearing you're dealing with somebody who you have a good relationship with them, but they're more like a King of Pentacles. They are delightful and they are successful, but they're not as emotional as you. They're not as emotional. They're not as free with their emotions. I think they can be just as giving, but they see it in a monetary way more so than time and emotion that they give. So some of you have in mind what you want this to be back to you, reciprocating back to you, and that's a person. And then others are saying, as a whole, I feel like the universe is going to grant me something special here because of all that I've done for others. And I feel those of you who feel like it's coming in the form of a person, and I do feel like it's someone you know already, you're a little bit worried about them because they're very goal-oriented in more of a career way. So you're wondering if that dynamic will change ever, or will you be the major giver here? And that's not something I see that you want. But it is something that you have been in the past in this relationship. You want more of a balance there. The Lovers. Yeah. I think it's a good relationship, but one person in this relationship does give more than the other. And it's more emotion. The giving is emotional. More messages here for our Cancers. Four of Swords. Yeah, it's definitely something that stresses you out, this. Is this the one? The worry is constant. You want a reprieve from the worry. You want some sort of sign that says, stick with this, or a sign that says, better should be for you, something like that. Four of Pentacles here. Foundation. You've already built a foundation with this person. Or if this is you saying, I really want the world to reciprocate with all I've done for others, but all I'm meeting are people who are not, they can't go as deep as I do emotionally. And that's really something that's very important to you. I think you've spent a lot of time going deep. You want to appreciate somebody else who's done that kind of work. And you've laid a foundation, or you're wanting a foundation. You've laid a foundation for this to come into your life. Or you're wanting a foundation that's like this. More reciprocal. Emotional reciprocation is very important to you. High Priestess. You're asking yourself, will I know this person when they come in? And I feel like you're saying, yeah, I'll know what I want. I'll know it's what I want when I see it. It's that kind of energy. I'm looking around for it. Or if it's a current relationship, because we have a couple storylines going here, then you're saying to yourself, wouldn't I know for sure if I'm supposed to stay in this or not? The Chariot and the Star. More major arcanas here. I feel like this person that you already know, that you're in a relationship with, this King of Pentacles, they go after their wishes and they go after them strong. They're very strong-willed, and they've been very clear with you about how they are as a person. And you just want to tweak it a little bit and be like, but be more emotional for me. And the rest of it you actually kind of like about them. But there is a sense coming from them of, I'm not going to change. This is who I am. I'm being clear with you on that. And there's something to be admired there about that. It just, the only reason I hesitate a little with my tone is because it's just not exactly what you're looking for. And I feel like you have, like in other reads, maybe I'd say, maybe it's not exactly what you're looking for, but it's better. But in this read, the energy I feel is you really want something that's quite exact in this department. Like, I feel like maybe you haven't had that in your life ever, and it's very important to you. You want someone nurturing, a situation that's more nurturing. So I don't want to negate, maybe it's better in certain areas if your number one asterisk is being nurtured. I respect that that is one of your hot buttons, and that is what you want. I feel like this person has already said, I can work at this and I'm clear on what you want, but here's also what I am. And so it may not be that I come to the table in the way that you're hoping. I can always work at it, but it's not going to be something I don't think that comes natural to them. And if this is a new situation where, again, you're talking to the universe about, I'm trying to manifest this, and I'm building the foundation for this, and I want it to come in, and I can feel it close, then it is a big wish for you, and you're just all about that. I mean, I really just see a lot of emotions here towards it, where you're saying, yes, I am clear on what I want. And, with manifestation, you hear a lot of times in the teachings, be very clear on what you want. So you are doing that. So kudos to you, Nine of Swords in the reverse. I think that clarity sets you free of some of this worry. But I do see the worry here a little bit. I see more of the worry actually tied to... It's more tied to the energy of, should I make this current person work? When you get clear on what it is you want to bring in and the manifestation that you have, I think, very concisely set out to the universe, the worry goes away. Let's see advice here for Cancers. King of Wands. I'm getting, regardless of the scenario, sit in the knowledge of what you bring to the table. Sit in and confidently sit in, here is what I bring to the table, and it is magnificent. And so if I feel like I'm being shortchanged, would the king side of me put up with that? Accept that. I want to say accept that. Because maybe they would, or maybe they wouldn't. And also it's a nod to, because you are so magnificent, you will undoubtedly be attracting people. So I don't see that there's a lack of people and opportunities for you in the area of love. Page of Swords in the reverse. It's like, what is the energy that's circling you and what is truth? Get up high. Look at it from a higher perspective. I feel like you have communicated your truth to either the universe or to this relationship, whichever scenario is resonating with you. So again, there has been a lot of clarity. This is what I want to have happen in my life. This is what I'm manifesting. This is the type of relationship I want to have. And I think you've been very clear with that. So now you're just seeing what comes back to you. And you're saying, do I want this? Or do I want to move on from this? Knight of Wands. I feel like you're very unique. Yeah, you're very unique in how giving you are. And I think you're also struggling with, most people have a relationship that's like this. So do I stay with it because this is what most people do? Well, it just depends on how you feel about it, Like most people don't have like everything they want in a relationship. That isn't realistic. Okay, well, that's a valid point. But is it something that's so important to you that it's just going to nag you forever? Or is it something that you're like, hey, this aspect of this person I can take or leave. So, I can overlook it. I feel like this nurturing is a make or break type of notation on the list, on the manifestation list. It's very important. You want somebody that has your back and supports you in all areas. I don't think you've had that. I don't think you've had that your whole life. I don't think you've had that in any relationship. And you're saying, time out. I'm either going to have that in a relationship or I'm not going to have anything. In some cases, you're saying, time out. I'm either going to have this in this relationship that goes pretty well, or I'm going to move on. Or you're saying, hey, this relationship goes pretty well for me. This is non-negotiable, this aspect that I want in this relationship. And I will daily work with this person so that they show up in a manner that meets that standard. And I don't think that sounds harsh because you have standards and you're clear about them. And it's someone that you know, if that's that third scenario that you're registering with. Page of Cups. So you should be able to state your standards for sure and have them be respected and acknowledged. Page of Cups. Yeah, you want someone who has your back, supports you thoroughly, admires you, is on a regular basis saying, you're it for me. And here's why. Here's what I love about you. You make me very happy because, and it's that kind of talk that you want to receive regularly. This person is more business oriented, so they maybe aren't doing that. And as far as like, if you're manifesting this is what you're telling the universe. This is what I want. This is what I expect to come in. 8 of Wands. Yeah, you're communicating that. You're communicating that very clearly to the universe. I feel like they are very aware of your concise and clear list. Good for you. 10 of Swords. In the past, you felt stabbed in the back, I think, in relationships. And that's why this is just so important to you. And I do feel for some of you, again, it's like I will have this or I won't have anything. I am not going to bother with this. This either comes in, I no longer chase anything. This either comes in or I'm completely content and at peace with nothing coming in the way of romance. And that's, of course, when it comes in. A lot of times. 3 of Cups is here. There's a lot of celebration. Yeah. Get ready to celebrate. Someone I think is going to have your back. And someone's going to try, if you're already in a relationship, to really make the change, especially if they think the alternative is really going to come to pass, which they may or may not be. They may be doubting that you're going to move on. 2 of Swords. This talks about milestones in your life. I feel like you reached that with, I am very definitive about what I'm manifesting and what I want in a relationship. And that will be a milestone in your life. Your life will change just with that clarity and will behind it. Final messages for our Cancers. I like this message. I think there's a lot of strength here. A lot of strength you've gained. A lot of wisdom. 10 of Wands. Yeah, there have been a lot of burdens here for sure. I think you've carried a lot of people on your back, as is kind of an example here. You want that to totally switch. You've taken on too much for too many people. And I think I'm hearing that's even like younger years where you did it for adults even. So it is your time. And I see clearly why you're looking to the universe of, it's my time now. And the universe, as I see in the cards, the energy is saying, yeah, we're in full agreement. 7 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Always defending people, always carrying their burdens, always doing something, even though your plate was full, for somebody else so that they could have reprieve, something like that. It's time. You're the last man, the last woman standing. It's time. The last person standing. It's time. It's your time. This big wish of yours regarding a relationship, it's time. And also the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. The wheel turns. It's your time. It's your good fortune. I think what's helped you get to this point is becoming very spiritual, a look inwards. Terrific. I feel like your emperor is nearby, either going to tweak themselves a little bit, or the universe is saying, yeah, we're in total agreement with what you are giving us as messages and desires and your manifestation. And we are making that happen. Charm for a Cancer. Anchor. This talks about being grounded. You're rooting yourself into, this is what I want, and I will not settle. Let's do a couple oracles. Cancer oracle, please. 2. 1 is move on. Now, this could be this person you have a relationship with that is more business oriented. It says someone is unavailable, waste of time, it's over. But I feel like the cards are saying that person is going to come around. Maybe after you say, look, I am going to move on. This is how important this is. And they say something along the lines of, I had no idea it was that important. Or, if they did, now they're really seeing it clearly what they're going to lose. Potentially going to lose. Or this could just simply be talking about how you got here. I really feel a strong sense of, I am not going to be chasing anything. I'm not going to be settling for anything. If this doesn't come in with this component of nurturing and a more balanced exchange emotionally for me in a relationship, I'm not interested. And just that kind of strength of, I will move on if this highlighted aspect of what I'm looking for in a person isn't there. I'm not saying that you're not flexible, because somebody could come in and they're not going to be exactly what you're thinking. And certainly they could be better. But the nurturing part and the receptivity emotionally is like, I really feel like that's a deal breaker for you if it's not there. And I feel like you will move on if it's not there. Open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Okay. So keep your heart open. I know. I feel very strongly how important this nurturing is to you. This aspect of your manifestation is to you. So keep your heart open, and that will help draw more of that in. And of course, and I say this often in reads, because that is your energy and you're giving that off, you'll attract more of that. But beware too, because with this particular energy, this is a little tricky. Because you give off that nurturing, you'll find other people who are wanting that. Maybe they too have not experienced that in their life. So, and they might not even be aware that that's what they want. But as soon as they see it, like something in the recesses of their brain or in their genes, maybe this is ancestry we're speaking of, ancestors who haven't been treated properly, or, maybe that's something just in your gene pool where nurturing was absent. People will be drawn to you for that, even though they themselves don't do this. And I feel like you already have figured this out. I feel like I'm already, like you're nodding your head and saying, yeah, been there, realized that. Okay. But, just as a reminder from Spirit here, just remember certain people that are like you who haven't had that in their life, they might not even know why they're attracted to that, and that it's because they haven't had it in their life, but they won't necessarily be able to do it because they haven't seen it, been around it. You, on the other hand, have worked very hard at changing that. And I think that will help future generations, that you have seen what your past lacked, whether that was in your formidable years when you were very young, or even in your teen years, dating years, just where you were lacking that reciprocation, emotional stability and caring, and certainly nurturing. Nurturing is like the big word here in this message. And and you said, I didn't receive this, and so now I do everything possible to make that so important in my relationships. So of course you deserve that as well. And my hat's off to you, and Spirit is saying, bravo, that, you've come to a point where you're saying to yourself, yeah, I will not accept anything less than that. That is what I want. That is what I deserve. I will not accept less. Beautiful. Angel Wish. Whoa, 3. Glasses here. First one, what seems impossible is possible. Believe, yes. Maybe even state that as a mantra for a few days. If this is seeming impossible, say no. Anything that's impossible is really possible. What seems impossible is possible, and I believe. What seems impossible is possible, and I believe. When you live in the moment, you will discover delight in simple things. Yeah, I always say that. The little things are the big things. This is just a good place to be in your life. If you're saying, I'm bored here, nothing's happening, sit there in that boredom for a little bit and think of everything that's happening around you that you're really grateful for, and really get into those details. You'll switch up that energy, as well as see there's so much around you that is in the moment, that is simple, that is glorious, that you are so blessed to have. Life is what you make of it. Be brave and reach for the stars. Sure, you're being brave here. You're saying, yep, will not accept less. And you will attract a star, I think, while you're reaching for the stars. That's your message, Cancer. I hope you've liked this message. I hope you like this channel. If you do, please like, share, subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. And until next time, let's remember who we are, and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.